There's no question that Joanna Franklin is the mother of the problem gambling field. Few have had as much impact as she has, both across America and around the world, in teaching counselors how to prevent and treat gambling addiction.
The field was an unknown field when Joanna first started. It wasn't even a diagnosis when Joanna started doing this work. Nobody knew what to do with people who had this problem.
Joanna Franklin and her colleagues at the time were the first wave.
You know, she and Dr. Custer, they're the one that brought this issue to the professional world.
She was definitely the mother of the field. People would constantly call her, and she would help them, see them through the crisis, help them know what to do with their client, with their families, and built a whole network of trainers. And this is internationally, not just limited to the United States.
And she was always up at Nationals headquarters helping the executive director and his staff with issues, policy, recommendations.
And she's been involved at the state, national, and international levels, you know, not just helping the actual people with the problem, training others to deal better, but also with these kind of, you know, more kind of policy issues.
She had so much experience in so many different states and countries. There wasn't anything that she couldn't speak to in terms of a question about gambling and problem gambling and treatment.
Taking the clinical expertise as a consultant and trainer, that's where it sort of was like this spider web that just started to, you know, weave itself, you know, and it just kept spreading. So that even though, you know, she isn't physically present, her work is still manifested.
She trained for the FBI in Singapore, the CIA, other countries, Belgium, wherever. She was the voice, and she, you know, I've had, as I said, over 4,000 people have come, and many of those have come up to me that have been through many trainings of various types and said the best trainer I ever had, Joanna Franklin.
I learned so much from her because although I had been a substance abuse treatment counselor for 3 years previous, there wasn't much on gambling addiction. So I just sopped up every word.
Just personally, for me, again, being someone with not coming from the gambling background, kind of helping me learn and, you know, adapt my background in other addictions to that. Her just, you know, every time we would go to a gambling meeting, she would just grab my hand and take me from person to person. You need to know this person, you need to know this person.
Joanna had a marked influence on my life today and certainly in the past. I knew about Joanna, the legend, back in the 80s.
And we interns there were kind of starry-eyed because we were new to all of this, and I still have the notes from Joanna's lectures to us from Taylor Manor from back then. It was a new, such an exciting field that I knew so little of. I basically, when she spoke, I took down every word, sneeze, cough, laugh.
And I learned more from that woman from January of '06 until she passed. And I'm still learning from those that she's trained since then.
I mean, every time I greet someone and talk to someone, Joanna's with me. It's like her influence is always with me.
And I always say that I wouldn't be at this level as a leader, as an advanced clinician, training. I wouldn't be in this place honestly, if it wasn't for Joanna.
I think Joanna made a huge difference as far as identifying the problem gambler. I think she did that nationally. I think her enthusiasm and knowledge of the subject made a difference. The field has grown. She has trained thousands of people over the last 30 years, 30 plus years. I can't imagine how many people there are out there as a result of Joanna's work who are currently, as we speak, trying to reach out to the problem gambler.
And it's like this chain that continues. And I believe definitely that's her legacy, because it doesn't stop because she's not here physically, because of the impact of how she did her work.
All of the material, the training that we do is her work.
What made her a legend was her caring and her warmth and her devotion to the cause. Gambling for so many years has been, the silent addiction. And she did everything she could to make us aware, make people aware of the danger.
Her legacy is all of the many, many counselors and professionals that she trained.
I know that Joanna touched so many people and invested so much in making the world a better place.
I take some time before each workshop that I present, think about the work she was doing and feel privileged to continue to do the work that she began.
She really cleared the road for so many to follow. When it comes down to the fundamentals, Joanna Franklin was one of the people who set them down for us all.
So I think if I can remember that every day, to care about people and to be of help and of service to the people who really need this help, then Joanna's memory is carried on.
Her legacy is not only one of providing these services, but encouraging all of us to renew our efforts to make sure that we are always at the forefront of the field.